A live look at the state capitol tonight, where California lawmakers have until midnight Saturday to pass new laws for the year. It's the final week of the legislative session, and one major proposal they're considering is whether to regulate artificial intelligence.
Yeah, big topic here. KCRA 3 Capitol correspondent Ashley Zavala joining us right now with what's becoming really a big debate heading into the week, Ashley.
Golston, lawmakers in the state assembly are expected to vote on that bill to regulate AI, SB 1047, at some point later in the week as we get closer to Saturday. So this bill specifically requires California companies spending at least $100 million developing artificial intelligence models to do safety testing to prevent major risks or harms. So, for example, some experts have warned without these guardrails, advanced models in years to come could eventually spit out the ingredients for bad actors to use to start the next pandemic or biological weapon, the ability to shut down the electric grid or melt down the banking system. But this proposal is getting big blowback from the artificial intelligence industry, including from OpenAI, which has threatened to move some of its operations out of California. Also, opposition from several California members of Congress, including former Speaker Nancy Pelosi, who wrote in a letter to Governor Gavin Newsom earlier this month in part, quote, "In short, we are very concerned about the effect this legislation could have on the innovation economy of California without any clear benefit for the public. High-tech innovation is the economic engine that drives California's prosperity." But the lawmaker who wrote the bill, State Senator Scott Wiener, says the safety measures are needed, and without federal action, California should lead.
I don't say this to bash Congress, because Congress does do a lot of good things and has passed some amazing laws under President Biden. But Congress has proven that it is not capable, at least as of now, and I hope it changes, of passing strong technology policy.
Now, Governor Gavin Newsom has been pretty mum about this bill, but here's what he had to say at the state's Artificial Intelligence Summit a couple of months ago.
I'm intimately aware of one particular piece of legislation you're referring to, and will not, by any stretch of the imagination, indulge further in that, since it's a work in progress, and I'm not going to make that mistake. So if we overregulate, if we overindulge, if we chase a shiny object, we could put ourselves in a perilous position. At the same time, we have an obligation to lead, because the world, again, we invented.
Now, Senator Wiener says Governor Newsom has not been part of the negotiations on this bill, but that his office is keeping the governor's office updated on all of these talks.
Yeah, so that's one side. Obviously, the Democrats have the supermajority, but what about the Republicans? What are they doing?
Yeah,
what are they saying?
Right. They're divided just like pretty much everybody else on this bill. And because of that division, the vote on this bill could be a toss-up in the assembly here this week. The tech community overall also divided. Elon Musk actually just came out on X within the last hour or so to say he supports the bill. We'll have a lot more on that division and this debate tonight at 6 o'clock.
It's a debate that's got to happen.
Exactly.
So, all right, thanks, Ashley.